ship.
Actually, the Space Wolf ones are a grey color. With with a wolf on the side instead of that Omega symbol.
Yeah, and the guy's, I'm sure, wearing pelts and things like that.
And then as the thing lands and he steps out of it, this is who you see.
Fuck.
Don't we consider them like gods or something?
Yeah. Kneeling.
Yeah, it starts immediately just dropping.
Or hang on, if we weren't supposed to kneel when we were at the priest's place.
You don't kneel to them, you stand proud.
Yeah.
It's the Viking way. You stand proud as hell.
Yeah. Sure. We stand proud.
Yeah, Viking gods, remember, not...
Yeah, we are confusing that with...
Usually we would be humble in any other game, but here we actually... Yeah.
My gods. It's a god.
He walks over, doesn't say anything to any of you, and just kneels down and kind of puts a hand on the wolf.
Oh, he's allowed to kneel.
And he sees that you are about to start carving it up. He's arrived and kind of distracted you from that.
Oh, yeah. It's distracting, all right.
And he looks around at you, and you hear this kind of echoing, metallic...
I need to be right back real quick.
No!
I'm sorry.
Alright.
Okay.
We'll pause a minute, because, obviously...
Oh, that's horrible timing, Doc. Very horrible timing.
Remind me to kill Doc later. I will literally kill him in-game and off-game.
We had the chance, but could have killed him as a wolf.
I can't believe you didn't share with him what the wolf actually said to you, Madman.
The wolf was being a dick, and he got what he deserved.
What do you mean, dick?
The wolf was very mean to me, so I punched it in the face and knocked him out. So technically, I'm the one who first defeated the wolf.
The wolf accused Madman of being led around on a leash by a traitor.
So I punched him in the face and knocked him out.
Well, the wolf has a point.
No.
Come on, you have to admit it. He has a point. We're following around someone is considered to be a betrayer.
No.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
No matter which way you put it, he is considered. Whether or not he is a different matter, but he is considered to be one. So we are following around on a leash a traitor.
Okay. I need you to shut your face hole and start agreeing with me instead of agreeing with him. All right?
I don't care about right. I care about being agreed with.
Exactly. Well, I am right if I'm agreed with.
Sorry, I don't really care either way.
I care a lot.
Did he hurt your feelings?
Yeah.
That's what you get for having feelings.
Like things got a little bit too real. Like, oh shit. Yeah.
I love the fact that whenever you rolled that, it's like you did literally. You were 1 point. If you had done one less point, he would not have been unconscious.
Yeah, but it was good. Like, what did you say? Boom! Knocked out. Say it again. No, you can't. You're knocked out.
There's actually two kinds of those land speeder things.
Who the fuck are these guys anyhow?
Well, these are... I'm guessing
You've never
these
seen
are
Warhammer?
the guns.
No, yeah, what?
Yeah.
Sorry, Kim, I couldn't help.
Funny. No, but in seriousness, I'm so thinking that we're like outcasts here in nothing, part of a bigger picture, and have no clue what's actually going on.
You don't have any clue what's actually going on. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, I have a feeling that these are not gods, but we probably pray to them as gods, and when we get up, we actually become Marines fighting in a big war or something.
That's how have you never seen?
I
any of the
know,
history of
Casey.
Fenris? Yeah. They keep the place a backwater on purpose to train harder soldiers.
I remember. But the thing is, there are parts I was looking at it, and there are parts I remember, the parts that I don't remember from the entire Warhammer series of this place, and the parts I don't remember, I kind of don't want to read either, because I feel like I'm ruining a bit for myself if something comes up in the game. So I've been at work. I literally had the page in front of me open.
I have twisted up a lot of things so that it's not
I've
word for
noticed.
word.
I've noticed. But wasn't it something also about this place that the Zerg came and took over?
The who?
Was it didn't Zerg come and fight her a little while?
Mm-mm.
I called it Zerg. Sorry, the Tyranids.
No, the Tyranids never took Fenris.
They never took it. Okay,
They came into the Fenris system.
There was something.
And they took a couple moons, but they never actually took Fenris.
Okay, because I remember the war for the war of Fenris or something, because I was playing Tyranids at the time. So I remember something called the War of Fenris, where they tried to invade. But I can't remember.
They basically took over a couple moons, but they held them back from actually getting onto the world.
Okay, that makes sense.
There is a lot of stuff about some of the Tyranid creatures may have made it down, but the army itself never did. Now the Thousand Sons invaded and took over for a couple years. That happened once. They actually took over the Fang.
Okay, how about could we make some checks, like while Doc isn't here, like his insignia on his shoulder, for example? Would that tell me anything?
Yeah, I'd allow that.
Hi. So religion, yeah.
Yeah, religion.
Okay.
Okay, never mind that. Doc, you
I'm
son of a
sorry.
bitch.
I'm still rolling this. So
Well, when my handicapped mother is being attacked by my dog, I have to do something about it. So
Fair
shut
enough.
up.
Fair enough.
why do you do such things? Oh,
Did you switch body with your dog while you were at it? All right, let's find out what the god wants with us.
is she okay though, Doc?
Yeah, she's fine.
Good.
Okay. So what's going on? What did he say?
I stopped saying anything
Okay.
because I wanted
All
to
right,
be
go ahead.
important. But just because of that role, I am going to say that as you're looking at it,
Oh, sorry. Should I also?
you certainly know this as well.
Do I know what rank he is?
Looking at him, not knowing for sure, but you would probably rank him as a scout.
Okay.
Scouting for talent? Oh, scout talent. I like this.
Now,
Talent
those
scout.
of you who have been rolling religion
Yep.
know that the badge on both his shoulder and on the ship is the badge of the Black Mane,
Oh, really?
meaning
What
that he
would
is
that mean?
a member of Ragnar Blackmane's troops.
That's the good ones.
Ragnar Blackmane was basically he won his way to fame by what caused him to be chosen to be ascended to godhood was as a young man hunting for 7 days and killing in hand-to-hand combat a Blackmane wolf.
I will send a telepathic message to Aldrin saying that's one of Blackmane's brothers. I would say call him right.
Yeah.
Yeah, brothers. That's all. Yeah, so he has context. But he wouldn't know who that is. So, But I don't know that he doesn't know. So that's just useless information that he got. You're welcome, Doc.
Okay.
What does he say, though?
So what does he say?
He leans down and he looks at the wolf, and then he looks at you where you were about to start skinning the wolf. And in this very echoey, kind of metallic, almost kind of Darth Vader-y, like speaking through a respirator type thing voice, he says, "That won't be necessary."
I say, do you know who I am? Do they know who I am?
He looks at you, and he stands, and you are big, but you're not in your armor, and you're kind of, and he physically is imposing in size.
I didn't mean it. I'm sure
Yeah.
he would
No,
know
I
that I
know,
did not mean it like that. But okay.
No, I'm just giving you the this kind of scale of this guy.
Okay.
And he looks.
I
over
didn't
at
mean
you.
like, do you know who I am? No.
Yeah.
yeah, it was. Like, meet
It
the
wasn't
god
like
for the
that.
first time. Like, yeah, oh, you're a god and all, but do you know who I am? I'm
No.
kind of a big deal.
No. What I really meant was, do you know who I am? As in, what's going on? What the circumstances are?
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, whether or not he takes it that way, you know.
Well, okay.
But he looks at you, and he says, "You are the blood of Magus, who claims he is not a traitor. 1,000 son on Fenris, seeking the favor of the gods."
That's right. This was my ticket to speak with them.
As I said, unnecessary.
Will I be able to speak with them then?
You seem to be doing fine enough.
I look at him puzzled and I say, what do you mean by that?
You wished an audience with the wolves of Fenris. And he just kind of looks at you.
Yeah. He's basically saying he's a god.
I say, there are two things I wished to ask them. And perhaps I could ask you. One of them is for permission to go into the underground cities so that we might fight the corruption that is plaguing Fenris. The second is that once this task is done and I have defeated corruption that was brought here, that I might gain a chance to ascend to your ranks yet again, with my fallen divinity taken back. I wish to be a part of the true order.
The corruption spreads from the south, not the north. Though if you wish to die in the caves, I will not stop you. I will, however, caution you that should you depart the caves with any trappings or indication of those you come from, you will be met by the howls of hell. We know what lies down there. And if that is what you truly seek, it will bring you only death.
You know then that my divinity is down there. What was taken from me by Magnus himself.
I know that the Temple of Magnus still radiates with its awful power, and that it is buried deep, and that the crawling things of its corruption surround it, layer upon layer, level upon level, miles deep.
Well, Buzz, there's only one thing to do.
Yeah.
What?
Go hunting
Okay, I thought you were
For
going to
what?
say, give up and go home.
for corruption.
I say, I'm gonna ignore you. And I say, that power, it will help me stop the corruption. It isn't corruption itself.
There is nothing left of Old One-Eye but corruption. Go into the caves if you wish, but if you return to the surface, bearing that plague, you will all be put down for it.
If I may, we believe that the answer to how to combat this corruption lays down in those caves. That is one of the reasons we're going there.
If you seek a weapon to fight the corruption, then seek it. But if that weapon is corruption itself, then heed my warning.
Eating.
He's gonna kill us if we are corrupted, or if we wield corruption to fight corruption.
He kneels down and you actually watch as he picks up this wolf. And he looks at it and he says, "This magnificent beast has served its purpose. I will give it a proper burial. Good hunting." And he turns to walk back to the sky sled.
Shit. Out of character. Is there anything else we want to ask this dude? I don't think we will have many opportunities to ask stuff.
I went AFK, so
I'll be honest. I mean, the only thing my guy seeks is a way to join them.
Yeah.
So
well, you
I
know
kind of
how
got-
to join them, right? You already
Yeah,
know that.
yeah. I have to die.
Yeah.
So
No,
he
well,
kind of answered everything right there because he said
Yeah.
if you want to join us, then go seek the corruption and die. It's almost
Yeah.
straightforward what I heard.
I say, as I turn around and as he's leaving, I say, we have our permission. We shall go to the caves. But first, back to the isle.
He basically secures the wolf to the front of the vehicle, and then steps up back onto it again, and he looks at you and he says, "Again, good hunting."
Good
You as well.
hunting.
And you watch as the kind of jet engine scream kicks up again as he floats up into the air, and then just in a blast of speed is gone into the clouds.
We met a god.
He took our kill.
Gods taketh and giveth.
I go
I
back
love
to the
that's
boat
where you went to.
Yeah.
and I say, let's go to the isle.
I need some time to process this.
Process it along the way.
Sits on the boat, I guess. And Harold will start meditating.
Okay.
Basically bragging to his
The
to
dead
old
spirits.
shaman. Yeah, like, met a god. He approved of our mission. Told me to have good hunting, so I basically have his approval. And wish you were here. And thinking about you. Okay, bye. But in more manlier words, of course.
I figured that was about as manly as you got.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's actually how Harold talks.
You hear Ergen's voice in response to you.
Mhm.
And he kind of chuckles and he says, "You fool. Go away. I'm dining at the table of the gods."
I hate getting phone calls while I'm eating too. That's basically what just happens. Like, dude, I'm eating.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh shit, I hang up. I guess. Like, oh, sorry. Kinda says to Iceberg, shit, what was the name of the dude? Ergen is jealous that we actually got to meet gods while still alive. We didn't have to die to meet them.
Did he say
This-
that?
not
I
those
don't-
exact
I don't remember
words.
him saying
This is a big day.
What is
Good
our plan
day.
now? And now we're going for the corruption, right?
We're not the corruption. We're going down in the tunnels of the old colony ships because we think there's a weapon down there or Aldrin's divinity. So either the weapon is Aldrin's divinity or there's a weapon and Aldrin's divinity down there. And we are gonna go there and find out.
And if
That's
my
what I-
divinity is corruption, then, yeah, I'm shit out of luck, aren't I?
Yeah. In that case, don't exit the caves. Stay down there and build power.
And kill everyone that's there with you.
Exactly, and just flock those chaos beasts to you, make them nourish you, make you go bigger into a big, like, abomination monster. Then you crash
Have you
out of
seen
there.
Akira? Whenever I think corruption, I just
mean-
think of that scene from Akira where his arm explodes out.
I can literally leave right now. I don't know if you guys. I've told
Yeah,
you.
no,
this.
I know that, dog. out of character, I know that.
So,
Well,
so if I get my divinity, all I have to do is just leave, go far, far away.
Yeah, and if that's how everything ends, then fuck you.
No, yeah. Yeah,
Basically, yeah, okay. Guys, by the way,
We
I'm
could leave
actually
right
very,
now.
very evil, and I will now simply just TP to the other end of the universe and leave you guys here down in the corrupted
I just opened the
cave.
command prompt and entered a few cheat codes.
So,
Do you
Uh,
know who I am?
fuck. Yeah, we're on the way.
Do you know who I am?
Do you know who I am? Like, that, this is my cocky son of a bitch. I like that.
I like.
Okay. So.
I have a hell of a walk in front of me.
Actually, you've been quite lucky, Taylor, because most of their chase scene happened coming back in your direction.
Oh, good.
So actually, give me a perception check, Taylor.
Oh, okay. Those went good earlier. They're bound to go bad soon. Huh?
Okay, that's good enough. You actually are heading in the direction that you're fairly certain they went.
Mm.
And on the horizon, you actually watch what looks like some kind of a metallic, small vehicle of some kind rise up and disappear in the clouds. And you can't really gauge the exact size of it because you're not sure what the distance is. But it definitely looked like a vessel of some kind.
Something strange happening on this planet? That has to be them.
Or
Yeah,
you see a ship leaving and said, "Oh shit!"
I
They
missed
went
it!
out.
Taxi!
Yeah.
yeah, they could have.
They left you!
I wonder if the
those
ship
bad-
you saw is actually just for wolf ships, though. Dust ships.
Hmm?
I wonder if the ships he's seeing is the rust ship.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's the one that just left you guys.
Yeah.
He ends up
But
being
it's-
just close enough to see it leaving you.
But it's still at the horizon. That's like, what, 12 miles?
Up to 14 miles, depending on angle and elevation.
Yeah, so that's still a hell of a walk.
Oh yeah.
So-
What are the rest of you guys doing?
We're on our way back, and Harold still has the like, "Oh my god, fucking met gods! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit!" Like, did you see that? I talked to him. Like, I first thought I wasn't going to say anything, but then I did. And he talked back.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
Bob, after a few minutes, kind of walks over to Aldrin. He looks at you and he goes, "Are you really sure you want to go down in that cave? You know, why don't we just leave?"
I could leave.
He said, "Miles of tunnels. Layers deep."
I look at him and I smile and I say, "You can leave at any point, my friend. I would not judge you."
I said I was staying to help you, but damn if I'm not starting to regret it.
In the background, you can hear Harold and Styx like talking about like, "Oh, we're gonna kill so many abominations down there. It's gonna be great."
Finally, I can hunt what I'm supposed to hunt and not
Yeah.
the stupid creatures.
Yeah, yeah, and I bet they're going to be giant, enormous. Just picture it. It would be glorious. Teeth everywhere, several mouths, spitting acid and corruption.
Mm.
Oh.
I just look at Bob and I say, like I said, you
I had this story once where it was just a big monster of assholes and teeth. Everywhere.
teeth in the assholes?
No. Teeth and like big maws like assholes, but it had teeth instead, and they were everywhere, and it was just big blob of it, and it ate things alive, so you were basically in there,
Wow.
shredded.
And pooped out.
Well, pooped in.
You went through the assholes.
Yes, in.
Get inside.
Yeah.
So they're not assholes, they're mouths.
I mean, you can
You've
insert things into.
I almost made a reference to something that would have been awful.
I believe there was a South Park episode that describes exactly what you're talking about.
I think there was I think it was a joke about the human centipede.
Well, there's that
Well,
too.
no, they ate food through their ass
Oh.
and vomited
Oh
up.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
an
that
old
one.
episode.
That one, yeah. I can't believe only.
Oh,
God
man will
got
Google
that,
that, but he
reference.
won't look up human centipede.
No, I won't. I'm like, ah, shit.
Oh yeah,
Human
we go back to the
centipede.
aisle.
You go back. All right. About another half day's journey, you run into. Shit, I've forgotten your name now, Taylor. Kane,
Oh,
walking towards you.
We are basically that's what I'm describing to Bob on the way there. So picture this.
a picture. Yes.
Yes, and as we're walking back, this is what Tay sees on the horizon. Like we're doing the slow motion walk, like in the distance, heroically, triumphant,
With no walls.
head held high.
Best thing is, well, is it safe to travel at night? I don't remember if it is or not.
It can be.
Okay.
It's not
Best thing
really
is,
safe to travel on Fenris in general, but
fair enough. But I can travel at night because I can give myself dark vision.
yeah.
So I can just go the whole night. It's like, I'm exhausted. I'm going to sleep on the boat.
Kane, you decided to join us, but I'm sorry you missed the big event. We met
What big
Oh,
events?
do we pass the birds going around the carcass, by the way? Again?
You chased them off before.
Well, they would have come back for the food.
They might have come back, though, because
You
now
don't
there's two
actually
corpses.
see them again.
Really?
Hmm.
Wow.
Mm.
Do we see the Remorais again? The body.
Kind of.
What do you mean?
That's
You mean, like,
worrying.
You go back to the side of where the Rimmeraz was, and after a bit of looking, actually, give me investigation checks. Let's see what you actually do find at that site.
I'm not with them at this point, am I?
Yeah, let's say you are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
He says, well, we met with the gods. We defeated
That's
the
true.
wolf.
Kane. Freaks.
Doing good there, boys. So good investigations.
Aldrin and Iceberg. You get back to the site where you fought the Rimmeraz, and you start looking around and trying to find it and that kind of thing. And at first you don't seem to see it. And then finally at one point, as you're walking across an icy bit, you look down.
And it's frozen in the ice.
Yeah, what it looks like must have happened is because it was still very hot, it actually melted down to ground level, and then the water that it created actually then froze back over it. So you're now looking down, standing on solid ice, and seeing it below you in the ice.
oh well. I mean, we didn't really need it anyhow.
You sure you don't want to just melt the ice and grab it?
Ah,
We're on
I mean,
our way
we-
back.
it will just take a lot of time. Let's go back to the.
Not with firebolt and dramatic orb. Fire.
Okay.
I can melt it. Plus,
I mean, it's up to you, man.
can melt.
I mean, they are waiting for us, and they basically know that we have done it, unless that fucking god. This is out of character. Took the thing, didn't notify the Iron Masters, and they just think that we came back with the wrong corpse. That would be a bitch move. But hopefully they.
I want to get something from all this.
I mean, we did get respect. Something real. Okay, let's get the corpse. Let's melt this and take this into town.
Okay, I begin to melt it. I begin to melt it. and using my firebolt and continual flame and all that.
Okay.
And I retell the stories to Kane, and I continue to freak out Bob with histories about these abomination I've heard about.
Yeah.
Exist.
At this point, Bob is kind of past. He's not freaking out. He's just kind of over your world.
Okay.
He's
like,
gotten
this
used
is
to it now.
just-
Like, yeah, I get it. It's scary.
Of course. Why wouldn't that be the case?
Yeah, and it had 3 arms. Oh well, the last one
Yeah,
you
why
described had
wouldn't
4.
it
So
have that? Yeah.
yeah,
Why not? Sure. Yeah.
yeah, and it spit AIDS.
All the dragon's breath.
Yeah. It takes you a while. But you eventually do melt this thing out of there. Load it onto your boat. It takes you about half a day
Mm-hmm.
to actually get it loaded up and ready to travel.
All right. I'm sure in between that we have rested. We have long rested then.
Yeah,
Well,
you,
we
you
have
have
rested,
You
not
have
you.
a night. You rest. You do the thing. Yeah. The next day you head back, and nearing evening you reach the Iron City.
Okay. Is there a waiting party for us with pitchforks and torches and firearms?
There are guards at the gate.
Okay. Yeah, we walk right in.
Yep, you walk in.
Mm-hmm.
I actually want to do something while they deal with that, Casey.
Mm-hmm.
You're not
Look
coming
at-
with to meet them?
Oh, there's something else I want to look at. That shop I saw before I left.
Yep.
I want to go check that out. I want to see what's happened to that since I've been gone. If it's just closed or
Taylor,
Because
is
it's
there
been a-
something plastic or something over at your end? It's like, yeah, that. What's that?
coins.
Could you not do that with the coins?
No, I'm just kidding. I'll put them on.
Thank you.
You go back, and you check out that shop, and it's been, what, 3 days now since you were there?
Probably.
Yeah, 3, maybe 4 days since you were there. You actually see a sign up in the window that says, under new management.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
And there is a different person behind the counter.
I don't believe you. What did you do?
I want to ask questions, but I know it's not smart to do that.
Oh, fucker, you killed someone, didn't you? Ah.
Where do you think I got these feathers?
you
was an
saw,
Aarakocra.
you saw,
I had to
yes,
kill him.
you saw one of those like feather people who live there, and you're like, jackpot.
Kill it if it took us, but no.
Aarakocra arrows.
Yeah.
+1 against Aarakocra.
So I asked the party, where would we sell this? I mean, it's Hyde. Do we go to Hyde Street?
I think we
To
should
Leather Street?
Hyde Street. Don't be ridiculous. It's called Leather Street. And I think we should speak to Lawmaster first.
Why? We have
Because
nothing
we
for
just
them
met-
anymore.
We just met gods. They need to know that. They need to be
I'm
told.
sure they already know.
Okay, I'll rejoin the group probably near the end of this conversation, I think.
They have been watching us this entire time.
We should speak to them right away. Meeting gods is a major event. They need to be told, or at least we need to talk to them so we know for sure that they know about it. We can later sell any.
Very well. If some people will stay and watch the boat.
Bob. Fodder.
But before you go do that, Kane is actually going to try and pull Aldrin away for a moment to talk to her in private.
Okay.
So before he left the city,
Yeah.
he saw some. Hold on, let me get to the chat. He saw some guards wearing wolf head cloaks dragging a man out of his shop.
Which shop?
And I'll tell him where the shop is in town.
Don't move your head out of the thing, Casey. I know you're smiling.
Yeah.
But
I know which shop this is. Don't
Shadow
I?
broker.
and I'll tell you why, because apparently they were accusing him of corruption and heresy. But a coin fell out of his pocket. A coin minted in brawl fell out of his pocket.
It's the same shop, isn't it, Casey?
It definitely sounds like an area you recognize.
You doomed that man's life.
I described the man to Kane. Is that who he was?
Certainly sounds like the same person.
So you can tell Bob that it's no longer an option. He took too long and should have gone when he had the chance.
But yeah, Kane just wanted to fill Aldrin in before they went and spoke to the local lawmaster.
Yeah, maybe.
But now we have the favor of the gods, so maybe she has oversight or just doesn't know that right after supposed traitor arrived, someone is accused of heresy in a shop that he went to.
Holding the coins that he had.
And I'm sure they aren't questioning him and that he doesn't give you up.
So first off,
They all know, they know who I am, though. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's
So,
not about...
I'm going to the Lawmaster, like you wanted to.
Yeah.
I on the other hand am going to go ditch all of the gold coins I have. I have a very large amount of gold coins. A very large amount.
Give it to Bob. Don't.
Well, I was going to hide them.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Like you're gonna make a X marks the spot and everything.
Damn it! I wish I had the keen mind feat. I could do that.
Mm.
And remember exactly where it is for up to a month.
Okay, so where are you headed?
The Lawmaster.
So where are you headed?
So the fucking temple.
You're headed
Yeah.
to the temple.
Yep.
And everyone's coming with, right?
Except the ones who are guarding the boat.
Bob and Fodder. Yeah.
I'll also stay and guard the boat once I get done with my
Okay.
hiding.
Good.
You make your way back to the temple. You head inside. You look around. You see all of the people gathered over screens.
Yeah, I say to one of them, is the Lawmaster here?
He kind of looks around and says, "No, I don't believe she's attended here today."
I say,
Yeah.
do you know of what happened out in the east?
He kind of looks at you and he says, I'm sorry, but I've been, I have been observing events in the south."
Okay. Let's go to the Lawmaster then. Is she
Yeah.
at? Is she at the at her office?
You head to her office?
Yeah.
And he will to describe, as we're leaving,
We spoke to the gods. Write that down.
He kind of looks at you a bit strangely and goes back to what he was doing.
Bitch, please, we did. Yeah. Go to the Lawmaster.
Yep.
Onward!
Don't start that. I sat and watched all of those in a day.
They are great.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Okay, so you head your way down to the Lawmaster's office.
Mm-hmm.
You get there. Again, massive crowd of people. Crowding, trying to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Asking questions, shouting over each other, pushing, shoving, the whole deal.
God damn it. I go over. And is the ogre there again?
Well, last time he was inside.
Right.
You didn't actually see him until you got through into the door.
How did we get in last time?
I knocked and yelled.
Oh.
You pushed your way through the crowd first.
Okay, let's do that.
I'm going to do that again.
Okay.
I think someone else kinda was the pusher and we followed.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise he's gonna say make a strength check and you're gonna fall on your ass.
Do you want Bricks to go up front?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be in front.
Fairly easily starts pushing away through the crowd.
Yeah.
You get a lot of dirty looks, a lot of people shouting at you. A few people recognizing you from the last time you were here.
Mm-hmm.
Shouting, asking if you have any more news from the south. Asking you for information, asking you if you've heard about anything. The more that starts happening, the more it starts picking up, and more people catch on to the fact that you might actually have information. So by the time you get to the door, instead of pushing people back, it's more like people are trying to crowd to be near you and shout you questions.
Okay. I just knock on the door and I say, Ogre! Ogre! Come to the door!
You hear from the other side of the door, that's really rude.
I say, I must speak to you. Alone.
Shouting
got a
so with
name.
species.
I do not know it.
You didn't bother
It'd
to
be
ask,
like, yeah.
did you?
What is your name?
Fuck off.
I don't think I want to tell you now.
Let me speak to you, please.
Fine. He opens the door.
I slide in and push anyone else who is trying to come in.
Harold's like,
not you guys. I mean the civilian. I meant the civilian.
yeah.
The
Harold's like, we're on the mission of God.
The ogre starts to put his hand on Harold's chest behind you, and then he goes, "Oh wait, is he with you?"
We're on the mission of God.
And whenever Aldrin says kind of, yeah, he is, the ogre grabs you by the front of your clothing, Harold, and just picks you up and pulls you into the room.
Hey, sit down. Do you know who I am?
No.
That worked for Aldrin.
I say, after we shut the door, if nobody else is gonna come in.
He kind of looks at you and he goes, "You look different."
I'm not wearing my armor.
That's different.
I say, look, where is the Lawmaster now? Is she here?
We have finished the mission he sent us on.
You can see he kind of gets this thoughtful look on his head, on his face rather.
Wow.
He just doesn't know anything. Like
You
Lawmaster.
kind of
was
ask him that, and he looks at you and he goes, uh,
Is she here?
Can I read his surfer's
Ooh.
thoughts to kind of figure this out?
The Lawmaster.
You start to read his surface thoughts, Harold.
Yeah.
What you get is... He asked me if she's here, but she said not to say she's here, but I don't know, did she leave or is she here? If she's not here, do I say she's not here? Or if she's not here, do I say she's here? Or if she's here, do I say she's not here? Or who did he ask me about again? I can't remember who he was talking about.
We were sent on a mission from the Lawmaster. We come here to inform her that we have completed it, and we
That sounds
bring
like a
big
good
news.
plan.
Yes, which is why we need to go talk to her, so she knows.
Who?
The Lawmaster.
Oh, I know the Lawmaster.
That's great. Could we please talk to her?
I walk into the office.
Yeah. While I continue to
You're
have
not
this conversation,
supposed to go in there.
Harold will go.
Yes, we were.
We are not the droids you are looking for. Okay.
How convinced?
Oh, okay.
Harold's like, whoa.
He just rolled a 0 on his intelligence check.
Yeah.
I mean,
Harold will keep on going, whispering to himself, I gotta use this power for good.
Jesus.
Holy
How
crap,
the hell do you
I'm
roll
a
a
Jedi
0
now.
on
A 2 and then a 0.
Yeah, 2 intelligence checks. A 2 and a 0. I mean, that
Yes.
pretty much explains it all.
Alright.
Okay. You walk into the Lawmaster's office.
Hmm?
There's no one there.
Right. Detect magic.
You detect magic. There's about half a dozen magical items in the room.
Like what?
There is...
Aldrin's now thinking, I might just rob the place and leave.
There is
So you
a
won't-
quill sitting on the desk. There is a... what looks like a shield on the wall. And then you're getting a couple glows from within drawers that you can't quite make out just yet. And as you're kind of looking around, Harold, because you're not looking around at the moment, give me a perception check.
Yeah.
I know that sounds a bit backwards, but it makes sense, kind of.
Guys, I'm actually nailing rolls today.
Good job, dude.
Yeah.
You actually notice, as Aldrin is looking around the office, kind of obviously snooping, as the Lawmaster goes to walk in through the back door.
Mm-hmm.
And she just kind of walks in, and she looks at Aldrin.
Harold will kind of tap his shoulder with the cane, like, hey.
Okay, I look back, and then I look at her, and I say, "Oh, hello."
Why are you snooping around my office?
You weren't here. It's very, honestly, odd that your culture vilifies magic, yet you have so many magic items.
What?
Many items touched by the gods carry an aura of power.
course, that makes sense.
Magic. But okay,
Why are you here?
Shit, she doesn't know. Fuck.
I say, did the drones not pick it up?
She thinks a minute, and then she looks at you and she goes, "Why are you here?"
I say, my friend believes that I ought to tell you that we encountered the Black Mane. We fought it in combat and killed it. And then a scout, well, a Black Mane, a god, came by on his ship and took it. He gave us permission to go to the underground.
Again, why are you here?
Because we wanted to talk to you.
You
we
were
want-
given your permission. What more do you require from me?
I fucking told you, Harold.
We wanted to inform you that the mission was that the journey that you set us on was successful, and
Did
that
you
we
not
would
trust
continue.
that we would see when we see everything else?
I wanted to tell you in person.
I say, I told you so.
Now we know for sure.
He's a bit, what's the word?
Hey.
Unwise. Yes.
Shut.
What the fuck? I say,
That's.
thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I was thinking more respectful, but Shiver is dead.
I say, let us go, Harold. Oh, there is one thing. There was a man. A man that I went to see not 2 days ago, 3 days ago. A man who owned a firearms shop.
There was a man, yes.
I suppose you found that he has a way to leave this planet.
That we have known for a number of years.
What makes you think that he is corruption? He has corruption in his